woman can relate to this.
Yeah, I think every woman can.
And she uses the word objectification. You know, Keisha, do you have any views?
Well, however
thoughts?
you look at it, I believe, again, as a woman, if you're working towards a goal, whatever life throws at you, that's just one thing that life throws at you, especially as a woman, that shouldn't hinder you. So, okay, yes, you have to deal with it, but don't let that stop you, because a lot of times women tend to also say, okay, yeah, well, I can't get anywhere because men this and men that, and men think I'm this. No, that should not stop you. It's just another thing that you have to go, or something that you have to go past, but it should never stop you from getting where you want to go.
Yeah, and during the break I asked you a question, and Jenna, you can answer this as well. I asked you a question: are women still discriminated against, in your opinion? And you said, yeah, I think in some areas, and I asked you which areas. You said business and career. Have you experienced this, and this is why you're talking about
I've experienced it, particularly
discrimination, though?
It's a glass ceiling. I think, again, people think, again, I think there's so many women that we should be proud of.
Right, definitely.
That have shattered that glass ceiling. And I think it has been shattered, but there are some persons who still try to maintain that ceiling. And for whatever reason, and people have their own personal beliefs, so I believe that there are still, you cannot ever eliminate discrimination wherever it is. It's really just how you handle it and how you respond to it and how you allow it, and you use it to go wherever you want to go. But yeah, I think, especially in business, because that's the realm that I'm in.
I mean, but Keisha, like, in this country, as much as we don't want to admit it, in this country, Black people are still being discriminated against. And certain people in certain neighborhoods, or if you come from a certain part of town, you're being discriminated against.
That's true.
You know, even if you come from a certain island, you're being discriminated against. My people from Freeport.
Hey,
my people from Freeport can relate to this who live in New Providence.
Yeah,
and if you're from New Providence and you live in Freeport, you can totally relate to this. So but we never mention it though.
No.
We just say, you know, we're gonna work through it. But you mentioned it, so it has to be an overwhelming kind of problem, right?
Well, I don't see it as overwhelming personally, because I'm going to work through it.
Right.
You know, but I think there are a lot of women or a lot of persons, I mean, even you take on the gender, tend to use that as an excuse.
Right.
To not pursue whatever they want to go after.
Do you think it's discouraging to them, though? It's quite discouraging.
It's definitely discouraging. Anything that tries to hold you back can be discouraging. But again, discouragements, roadblocks are there to help you or strengthen you. So again, don't use that as an excuse. You know, I think that's where a lot of us stop. You know, we got so much issues that can stop us, and we talk about being ministers' kids. I believe that there's something that there's a realm outside of this world that, you know, blocks certain things.
Yeah.
And if you allow that to stop you, will go nowhere in life.